depths of the earth, where light dares not venture, lies a mine, shrouded in legend and darkness. It is a place whispered about in hushed tones, where the cries of the lost echo through the cold, damp air. This is the tale of the cursed mine, a place that has become synonymous with fear, despair, and the unknown. The town of Eldridge, nestled at the foot of the mountains, was once a bustling hub of activity, fueled by the promise of wealth from the treasures hidden beneath the surface. Miners descended into the earth, eager to unearth the riches that lay waiting. However, as the years passed, the excitement faded, replaced by an ominous silence that crept over the town like a thick fog. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape, the miners would gather at the local tavern, sharing tales of their day. Yet, one story always sent a chill through the crowd, a tale of howls that echoed from the mine, chilling the bones of those who dared to listen. The elders spoke of it as a warning, a ghostly reminder of those who had ventured too deep, never to return. It began many years ago, when a group of miners stumbled upon a cavern unlike any they had seen before. The walls were adorned with strange markings, symbols that seemed to writhe and pulse with a life of their own. As they explored further, they could hear an unsettling sound, a low, mournful howl that seemed to resonate from the very depths of the earth. Ignoring their instincts, they pressed on, driven by ambition and greed. Days turned into weeks, and the miners became increasingly disturbed. The howls grew louder, more insistent, echoing through the tunnels, reverberating in their minds. Those who ventured too close to the source of the sound began to exhibit strange behavior. Murmurs of paranoia filled the air, shadows danced at the corners of their vision, and whispers taunted them, echoing their deepest fears. Each night, as they returned to the surface, they carried the weight of dread upon their shoulders, burdened by an unseen force. But it wasn't until the day of the cave-in that the true horror of the mine revealed itself. The ground shook, and darkness engulfed the miners as they were trapped, their screams swallowed by the earth. It was then that the howls reached a fever pitch, transforming into anguished cries that echoed through the caverns. Those who survived the collapse spoke of a presence, something old and malevolent that stirred in the darkness. As rescue teams worked tirelessly to locate the missing miners, they too began to hear the haunting howls. Some claimed it was the wind. Others believed it was the spirits of the lost miners, forever trapped within the mine's grasp. Whatever the cause, the sounds grew more unsettling, an incessant reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded. The mine was sealed off, deemed too dangerous for any further exploration. However, the legend of the howls continued to spread, drawing thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts to Eldridge. They came armed with cameras, recording devices, and a desire to uncover the truth behind the cursed mine. They wanted to document the ethereal sounds, to capture evidence of the supernatural. As night fell over the town, groups of adventurers would gather at the mouth of the mine, armed with flashlights and bravado. They would enter the darkened tunnels, laughter echoing in the foreboding silence. But soon, the laughter faded, replaced by an oppressive stillness that weighed heavily upon them. One by one, they would hear it, a distant howl, like the lament of a soul trapped in eternal torment. The sound seemed to weave through the tunnels, growing closer, intertwining with their fears. Some would turn back, unable to face the darkness, while others pressed on, drawn by an insatiable curiosity. With each step, the howls became more distinct, swirling around them, chilling their bones. Reports began to emerge of those who had vanished within the mine, lost to its depths. Families would gather at the entrance, calling out for their loved ones, but all that awaited them was silence. The mine, it seemed, had claimed more than just the miners. It hungered for the living, for anyone foolish enough to wander into its dark embrace. Some claimed to have seen shadowy figures flitting between the rocks. Others spoke of ghostly apparitions that appeared just beyond the reach of their flashlights. Those who returned spoke of a foreboding presence, an overwhelming sense of dread that clung to them like a shroud. The howls, once mere sounds, became a palpable force, pressing against their minds, whispering of despair and hopelessness. The townsfolk began to avoid the area altogether, warning their children to stay away from the cursed mine. It became a place of fear and superstition, a dark reminder of what lay beneath the surface. But as time passed, curiosity would always find a way to draw people back. As stories of the howls persisted, local legends spoke of a witch who had cursed the mine, angered by the greed of the miners who disturbed her resting place. They said that her spirit lingered, howling in anguish as she sought revenge on those who dared to trespass. The howls were her lament, a warning to all who entered that they were not welcome. As the years turned into decades, the stories evolved, becoming more elaborate with each retelling. Some claimed that the mine was a portal to another realm, a place where lost souls wandered endlessly. Others believed it was a burial ground for ancient spirits, their howls a call for the living to remember the past. Whatever the truth, the mine remained a place of darkness, a tomb for the forgotten. In recent years, paranormal investigators have flocked to the site, eager to capture the howls on tape, to document what they believed to be evidence of the supernatural. Armed with technology and equipment, they set out to uncover the truth. Their nights were filled with tension as they listened intently for the haunting cries that echoed through the tunnels. In one particularly chilling encounter, a group of investigators recorded a series of howls that sent shivers down their spines. The sounds were unlike anything they had ever heard, deep, guttural, and filled with a sorrow that resonated with their very souls. They described it as a lamentation, a cry for help that seemed to come from the very heart of the mine. As they delved deeper into the mysteries of the mine, they began to experience strange occurrences. Equipment malfunctioned, shadows danced just beyond the edge of their vision, and whispers filled the air, echoing their fears and doubts. The mine was alive, a dark entity that thrived on their trepidation. One investigator, emboldened by curiosity, ventured further into the depths, determined to uncover the source of the howls. As he descended into the darkness, he felt an overwhelming sense of dread wash over him. The air grew thick, suffocating, and the howls intensified, wrapping around him like a cold embrace. In that moment, he realized the truth, that the mine was not merely a location, but a living entity, feeding off the fear and despair of those who entered. The howls were not just sounds, they were a warning, a lament from those who had been lost to the darkness. As he turned to leave, the howls crescendoed into a cacophony of anguish, a desperate plea that echoed through the tunnels. He fled, the darkness closing in around him, the cries of the cursed mine chasing him back to the surface. The experience left him forever changed, a haunting reminder of the power of the unknown. He shared his story with others, warning them to heed the howls, to respect the darkness that lay beneath. The mine, he said, was not just cursed. It was a gateway to something far more sinister. As the legend of the cursed mine continues to grow, it serves as a reminder of the dangers that lie beneath the surface. The howls remain, a chilling testament to the souls lost within its depths, echoing through the ages, waiting to be heard. For those who dare to listen, the mine offers a glimpse into the unknown, a chance to confront the darkness that dwells within us all. But be warned, once you hear the howls, it may be too late to turn back. The curse of the mine may very well claim you as its own, entwining your fate with the lost souls that wander its haunted halls. And so, the cursed mine remains, a place of fear and mystery, where the howls echo through the darkness, calling to those who seek the truth. It is a chilling reminder of what lies beneath, a spectral symphony that will haunt the living long after the last miner has descended into the abyss. In the end, we must ask ourselves, are we brave enough to confront the howls from the cursed mine? Or will we, too, succumb to the darkness, becoming part of its tragic tale? The choice is ours, but remember, the echoes of the lost will always beckon, inviting us to listen, to understand, and perhaps to join them in their eternal lament.